Hey guys, Tomahawk here, and I am back with another video. And today, excuse me, we're going to be doing a Sims 4 retexture tutorial. It's essentially how you're going to start modding your Sims. And what you'll need is Sims 4, obviously, Sims 4 Studio, GIMP with the DDS plugin, or Photoshop, and optionally, if you do not like GIMP, you will still have to use it. However, you can just use your favorite art program. I personally use Krita. And what you're going to do is download Sims 4 Studio and to make sure it's up to date if you somehow forgot how to texture something, and you come to this video and you do already have it, however, it's been a while since you've updated it, just go ahead and download it again, and delete the old version that you have. Which, anytime there's a new patch, you're going to have to do. Which I think is dumb, but, you know, whatever. And I've already got it downloaded and updated. And what you're going to do is choose what you'll be making. I'm going to be personally using CAS for this specific tutorial, and we're going to be making a shirt. However, you can make things like eyes and hair, or objects or stuff in build modes such as a wall or a floor, which is specifically only that. In another tutorial, I'll be covering objects and build. I don't know whether or not I'll cover it because I haven't made anything for build, while I have made things for CAS, and I can make things for objects. This is simply a retexture tutorial. Textures and meshes are quite different, I mean. A texture is basically like the color or the pattern of something, such as clothing, or if it looks plain, or if it's floral, you know, just an example. Or if we're talking about objects, whether or not it's plastic or wooden or even metal, it's all up to the texture, and mesh is the shape of it, specifically with that shape thing, sorry. Meshes could make something go from a sphere to a cube. Something simple like that. It could completely round something off, or it could make it more blocky, more, you know, square, like I've been repeating myself. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to open up CAS. I'm going to click on this button here called CAS. Pretty easy. And I'm going to choose what I want to change. I did a test run of this, and I choose this specific shirt. However, I don't feel like doing that again. If you already have something in mind, then you can go ahead, choose what gender it's going to be for, which is basically whether or not it's masculine or feminine. The age range, all, adult, child, toddler. All doesn't mean it literally is for all ages, I don't believe. It just means that it shows in the specific part all adults, childs, and toddlers stuff. And I personally do more. I mean, not more. All of my content with adults, which adults aren't just the adult life stage. It's young adult, adult, and elder, and teens. So I'm just going to choose a top because those are easy. Last time I did a tank top, I'll just do this t-shirt. Yeah. I suggest no matter what, you go with a white, but if you know you're going to be using one of these colors, then go ahead and use it. I don't suggest using anything with a pattern on it unless you actually like that pattern. If you're going to be using that pattern, then go ahead and use it. However, I personally go with the plainer stuff and put my own pattern on it. So I'm just going to one click on that. It's specifically the white shirt, and I'm going to click next. And I'm going to change the name to whatever I want. I'm going to just put in tot for sorry, actually just put tut. I'm going to save that, and it's going to load. As you can see, excuse me, as you can see, it's just a regular old white t-shirt. However, that will change. What you're going to do is click export. Actually, sorry, never mind. In documents. Alright, edit that out. Sorry, I got interrupted. In documents, you're going to add a new folder, and you can name this whatever you want. I just named mine custom stuff, TS4, and essentially it'll have all of your textures, your meshes, I believe can be in here as well, and your packages, well, at least the ones that are not finished. So you're going to export this to your folder, and I'm just going to put this as a bunch of T's and U's, and depending on what you're going to be doing, you can save this as a PNG or a DDS. I'm going to be saving it as a PNG because I'm going to edit mine in Krita. Or you could save it as DDS if you're going to be using only Photoshop or Photoshop or GIMP. Gonna go ahead and save that. So as you can see, it's saved right here. I already have Krita pre-opened, so I can just go ahead and open this. Now, before I actually do anything, I'm going to explain the art program situation. With this thing, you have to import it. At the end, you have to import it as a certain DDS type. And the only two things that I know of, at least, are GIMP and Photoshop. And Photoshop, it's an all-around tool. You can use it for literally anything at all, because it's a professional thing that you actually have to buy, and you do get your money's worth. I don't own it, because I'm not going to spend $100 on CS6. And GIMP is let's just say I don't like GIMP, okay? I believe it to be a waste of space. In my own personal opinion, the only thing that I would have GIMP on my computer for is specifically for the DDS plugin, because Krita, the art program that I use at all times to edit something, to draw something, it doesn't have a DDS plugin, or it doesn't defaultly have something to, it doesn't defaultly have an option to save your file as a DDS. And it sucks, yeah, but you know, you can just draw in Krita, save that as your PNG, open it up in GIMP, and export that as a DDS. And that's what I do, personally. However, if you think that is really dumb and you are just going to use GIMP, then go ahead. It's totally fine. Make sure GIMP has the DDS plugin though, otherwise you won't be able to save it as export it as a DDS. And I'm going to open open sorry. I'm going to open this up right now, and as you can see, here's my texture. Now, whenever you have your texture open, you're going to figure out which side, what is what. Let's switch this to that. This I can automatically tell is the front of a t-shirt, because since this is female specifically, it's got more light here. It's got more light here, meaning it is covering breasts. It's showing depths through shadows. And I can tell this is the back here, because this part, well, actually the entire thing is a little bit darker than this. I don't know exactly which one is which, but I'm pretty sure this is the left sleeve and this is the right sleeve. And I don't know, I don't know what this is. However, I'm going to color it anyway. If you really want to, like if you don't know how to differentiate these just using shadows and shapes alone, that's totally fine. You can color code it. Like, for example, you can put, hang on, because that would infinitely annoy me. You can color this part, since this is obviously a piece on its own. You can color this part to be pink, and then this part to be blue. This part to be cyan. This part to be green. And just in case, this part to be yellow. And then you can save it as a DDS, the certain DDS file, and import it to Sims 4. However, since I automatically know what is what, I'm going to just have it as this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to recolor this into whatever I want. I'm going to make this burgundy or maroon. Actually, I'm going to make this darker. I'm going to make this into maroon. And I'm going to choose color. That makes it pink. Copy that, make that multiply. So that makes it a maroon. Otherwise, it would be darker. Actually, I think I prefer... Yeah, I prefer that more, actually. You could do a lot with this. And if you think that you're going to be spending a lot of time, save often. That's kind of a very well-known thing. Like for any retextures or art in general. Anyway, I'm just going to, for funsies, I'm going to have these sleeves be darker than the body. And I'm also going to have, even though it looks pretty bad, I'll just remove this later because I might actually use this. I'm going to have this little thing here. Actually, even better, no, I've actually thought of something that I definitely won't be using, but it's for comedy. I learned that is way too thick. I learned how to mod my Sims 4. Watched a dumb video and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. A classic. Don't you just love t-shirts like these? I know I do. It's totally not obnoxious at all. And then I'm just going to draw a little smiley face. Actually, no. No! Once we forward. I'm just go ahead and save this. And actually, if you're going to be doing this like me, whenever you go to save in Krita, remember, no matter what, actually, this goes for anything, even DDS, I mean, not DDS, even in GIMP, Photoshop, Krita, anything, really. Remember to store alpha channel transparency. It will help you so much. I'm just going to go ahead and save that. And I'm going to go to GIMP and I'm going to open my bunch of letters. And it's going to be right here. Our beautiful t-shirt. And I'm going to export as ... And this is extremely important. This is so important. You have no idea. You're going to save it as a DDS image, which you'll only be able to do, like I said, in whenever you get the DDS plugin. And you're going to click export. And then do not skip this part. You need this. Usually compression will be at none, and you don't want that. You're going to want it to be at BC3-DXT5. And that's because Sims 4 is most compatible, or only compatible, sorry, with BC3-DXT5. And essentially, that's going to be it. You're going to go back to your Sims 4 Studio, and you're going to press import, and you're going to open that up, and that's it. If you're going to be making multiple swatches, which I do this anyway, even if I won't be making multiple swatches, if you're going to be doing multiple swatches, then I always suggest that you change the swatch, and whenever you add another swatch, and you do the import thing again, that whenever you add another swatch, you just change the colors. Some people, well, not some people. I know for a fact that I sometimes forget to do that, so. So, go ahead and save your package. Your package has been saved. And then you're just going to exit out and go to your custom stuff, which is where your package will be, actually. I think I saved this as tut, if I remember. And you're going to drag this to your mods folder in Sims 4. And that's essentially it. For me personally, I tend to use this method a lot. It covers really about anything, actually. I use it personally for tops, jackets, such and such, so and so. And I'll go ahead and show you what I have right now, which it should be in my CC because I already put it in my Sims 4. I made this like yesterday or the day before, and it's just a navy top with flowers on it. Those two are objects, which I'll showcase probably sometime later. Save that. I made some eyes, which is pretty easy. They don't look realistic at all, and they're kind of bad, but it's whatever. And a varsity jacket, which is compatible with adults. And I think this was the first clothing item that I made, so the texture does not have that good of quality. I was still getting a hang of it though, so you kinda can't blame me. This part came out pretty well, even though some of the pixels are definitely screwed up. The buttons look terrible. There's a lot of versions that you can make, and it's pretty cool. Anyway, that's essentially it. There's really nothing else. If you want to, you can retexture other people's work, like other people's meshes, such as hair and other clothing. I personally have not done that yet. I might sometime in the future. But if you do that, remember to link back to the original modders' work, because if you don't, that's pretty rude. And quite illegal, if I remember correctly. Anyway, all of my links will be in the description, where you can get Sims 4 Studio, which you will have to register for, which does suck, but it's fine. It'll help you out in the long run if you decide to become a modder. You'll need GIMP. Well, I'll have it to GIMP, and the page where you can download the DDS plugin, or if I remember correctly, you can just download GIMP and it'll have an option saying, hey, do you want to get the DDS plugin? If not, then, you know, I'll totally have that corrected in the description, like I said. And since you have to install the DDS plugin a certain way, I'll have a link to a video showing you how to do that. And I'll even have a link to Krita, because I want more people to use Krita, because Krita is fantastic. Anyway, I hope you guys have a very lovely day, and if you know anybody that would enjoy this video, go ahead and share it. I know a lot of people hate it whenever YouTubers do this, but please share my videos. Nobody ever watches them. Oh crap, I just looked at this and realized the sleeves aren't colored. The cuffs aren't colored correctly. Great. I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I'll see you later. Bye!